I have a bottle of water, and it's only about 3/4 of the way full. Okay, see my water bottle? And what we're going to talk about today is different types of pollution. We've talked this week about things that go into our water or may go into the land that don't belong there, right? We talked about the trash. We talked about apples, right? Remember when we went to the pond and we saw Johnny and Sally and they said, oh my gosh, look at all this trash. How can we go fishing when there's all this trash in the water? So today, we're going to look at the water a little bit closer and we're going to see what happens when oil goes into the water. And oil is a type of pollution that can go into the water when pollution's not a good word. We don't want to hear it. It goes into the water and it hurts the water and it can hurt the animals inside the water. So Miss Brooke has some oil here and I'm going to pour it into the water just so you guys can see what happens when oil goes into the water. So Miss Brooke has it all poured up. Let me go grab my cap really quick. All right. And you can see, do you see that the top is all yellow and the bottom's clear, right? Do you see that? This is what happens when oil goes into our water because oil is lighter than water. So it sits on the top of the water and it makes it messy. So if this oil gets on the animals, then it can hurt them. It makes them not be able to move their bodies because the oil eventually hardens. And when it gets hard, then it prevents them from moving. It kind of like freezes them. They're like, ugh, right? And we use things like Dawn dish soap to help take all that oil off because it takes the grease out. But when we have oil in the water, it's not safe for our animals. And the oil can come from it being spilled in the water, or if a fishing boat, sometimes accidents happen and oil gets put in the water. And I just want you to see this. So I am going to show you really quick. When I put food coloring inside, I want you to see how it goes. Do you see it dropping down? It's going right through the oil. You see that? And it's going right down into the water. It doesn't even go into the oil. It wants to go straight into the water. Okay, and then Miss Brooke's going to show you so you could see it a little bit better. When I mix it all up, see how it's blue. I heard you, Dean, it is blue. But you can see that the oil still is by itself. Miss Brooke's shaking, shaking, shaking. Do you see me shaking it? It's like the ocean. The waves, have you ever been in the ocean with the waves? They move around, right? But it's still separating. Sure, there's a little bit, but it's still separated. It's still not together, right? And that's what happens when oil goes in the water. It separates itself from the water and it can hurt the animals. So we need to do our part to make sure things like this don't happen in our oceans and in our ponds and in our waters. And we need to make sure that we can keep our animals all safe. You can see this one, it's a little bit more settled, right? This one's from earlier. You can see that it's completely separated. All right, so I want to show you a video, okay? And I want to show you